She my spicy little mama. She let me bust up in yada.
More, hyvää huomenta, tänään on whatever day you're watching this video, guys. Welcome back to the channel, guys, and if you're new to the channel, Tervetuloa. We moved into a new home, so as you can see, I'm in the baby's room. I'm in the baby's room right now, just because I need to get some isolation and quiet to film this. But with that being said, guys, I do want you guys to know that I will be making a part 2 to the how or why I moved to Finland video, but it's been really difficult, to get done with the move and all of these things. So today's video is the truth about living in Finland, an American's perspective, part 3. If you haven't seen the old videos, guys, feel free to go ahead and check up in the link here in the description, also below, so that you guys can go ahead and see part 1 and part 2, where I talk about my experience of moving here to Finland and things that were mind-blowing when I came here. Getting into that, guys, I want to first off go by saying, I'm only one American, there's millions. I just want you guys to understand that I'm an American that happens to be living in Europe, that's just talking about my experience being here. Not every American thinks this way. So the first thing I want to get into talking about living here is the stereotyping and a little bit of the ignorance of being an American. Being an American here has been mind-blowing, as I said earlier. It's kind of like you're experiencing something completely new, but also missing some of the old. So when you move here, maybe many foreigners go through this. When you move to this country, or to a country in general, you kind of have the concepts and realities and the politics and all that from where you came from. So when you move somewhere different, you're like, well, you know, back where I'm from, and what you have to realize is that you kind of have to let go of that pride in a sense. It's okay to share cultural values or cultural things from where you're from. When you move somewhere, you have to integrate with the people that are there because it's their country at the end of the day. I don't care how that's taken, negatively or positive, but that is true. When you move somewhere, you need to integrate with the culture that's there. That's not racism, that's just facts. You can't move to someone else's country and think that they should do what you do, or they should talk the way you talk. For me, that hasn't been the easiest thing, of course, because like I said, this is ignorant, I'm speaking for one American. But I had, of course, this type of, I'm an American. And there was a pride behind that of like, well, you know, in America we do this and this. But one thing I can say about Finland is, Jesus Christ, you guys have incredible systems, whether it's your education, your health system, and like so many different things that are fantastic. A1 for Finland. It wasn't the easiest route for me to come from this Goliath country of America, I guess you could say, and come to somewhere that was, at least here in Joensuu, can't speak for all of Finland, I haven't lived in Kuopio, Turku, Helsinki, I have not. But in Joensuu, I would say that it's a lot more simplified. Get up, go to work, connect with people, love, live, laugh. Coming from the country, at least for myself in America, where we're always stressed out about work here and this and bills and taxes and politics and this and that, you literally could lose your mind. But when you're raised in that, you become used to that. So living here in Finland has been, Jesus Christ, it's been like so much more simpler. And I can say that for people that are interested in moving to Finland, at least Joensuu. I can't speak for Helsinki, Kuopio, Turku, can't speak for those places. Here, I can say that people, man, they live life to the fullest, they have a good time, a fun time, and they just live this thing called life. Simple. And one of the saddest parts about my ignorance of being an American, at least for myself, and thinking the world revolves around me, is that I kind of thought Europe is like one big country, not even a continent. Sad, yes, I know. When I actually, you know, met my girl, I had never known anything about Finland. I didn't even know Finland existed. No lie, the only time I ever heard anything about Finland was from Patrick from SpongeBob.
You okay, Patrick?
Finland! As goofy as that is, I don't even know that it had any meaning or relevance, so that was just, that's the only time I've literally heard of that. I'm not BSing at all. That's like facts. I'm sweating and shit. Okay. But more to the serious matters now. That's small stuff. Racism. Yeah, I hit you with the word like that. Like that was the easy, you saw I hit you with that. You know, I ain't worried about that. Racism. Guys, with this racism, I have to say, personally for myself, living here in Joensuu, I have yet to experience formal racism. Living here, people have been very kind to me, very considerate, and maybe if they do even feel a certain type of way about me or whatever, I've never been addressed or anyone even come up to me like that or about that. I would have to say, once again, I'm not speaking for everybody that lives here, because I understand that racism exists everywhere you go in the world, and that people are definitely probably dealing with it here in Joensuu. But I can say right now, within my year and 5 months living here, no, I have not come across that. People here have been very kind to me and very considerate. So at the moment, I don't have something on that topic that is this life-altering negative experience. I've only had positive experiences living here in Finland so far. In regards to living in Finland, when it comes to education and healthcare and things like that, holy crap. Finland is at a whole nother level. Listen, when it comes to the education, I've only had a few experiences. One being in my first class that I took last year that got canceled because of Corona. That son of a bitch. Finnish learning class that got canceled. That was fantastic. And then my second class being my class for entrepreneurship, my course. Got something in my fucking eye. Make a wish. Those two experiences that I've had so far, guys, the engagement level of that is insane. Even when I was in college and high school and stuff like that back in the States, it probably exists. Once again, here's my experience. But classes are so overpacked and so full sometimes that you don't feel like you have a personal relationship with your professor or instructor. It's very hard to get educated and learn something when you can't even get basic questions that you want out. One of the most difficult classes that I ever took in the States was a psychology class. But in this class, I had over 200 classmates in my class. The reason it was hard is because, yeah, the information was pretty difficult, but it was also her teaching style. She was one of those people, you might have come across these people, where they just think you should get it. And they can give you the E equals MC squared by Albert Einstein. And you'd be like, I don't understand that. And they're like, what do you mean? There's many things that I can learn very quickly, but there's many things I don't learn very quickly. And I would be honest to say that I'm not the smartest person. If I don't understand something on my own, let's say with this YouTube thing, guys, I'm always trying to understand this YouTube thing. Just so you know, I'm not a professional. I'm trying very hard to understand how this algorithm and all these things work. And I just want to give you guys a shout out for really supporting me and liking the videos, commenting and viewing them. I really appreciate you guys. And if you're new to the channel and you're still watching now, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for your support. So one thing I can say here in Finland that's incredible from my experience so far. My teachers have been very devoted to helping me and very devoted to supporting me and the things that I do. For instance, in my one course for Finnish, my teacher's name was Tarja. I don't remember her last name, but shout out to Tarja. She was very helpful in helping me with grammar, pronunciation, things like that. Still not perfect, obviously. Still practicing my L. I have a piece of gum. That's why that didn't happen right there. Don't judge me. My other class, being the entrepreneur course, was also very, very helpful and very engaging. Tarja was my teacher, and I want to give a shout out to Tarja because I know she watches these videos, and I want to say thank you so much for helping me. And I really hope anyone who's moving to Finland, has never been here, someone that's living in Finland right now, is interested in learning how to start a business here, please get the course with Tarja and Joensuu. I don't care if you're in Helsinki, Kuopio, Turku. Like I keep bringing those up, I keep choosing those 3 cities because that's pretty much the only cities I know. She was very engaging, and any question I had, she took her time to help me. So thank you so much, Daddi. I've been made to feel as though that no matter what, they're gonna help me to the fullest of their abilities, and that's important. FYI, in this video real quick, my shoulder is fucking killing me. I've paused this video so many times because I'm holding it and it's just killing my shoulder. You guys know I'm gonna put down in the link in the descriptions below so you guys can check out any of them, all of my social media accounts. I'm also almost done my website, which is a full-blown blog about me living in Finland, working in Finland, all of these things, and I think you guys will really like the page. With that being said, guys, I am gonna talk a little bit about something that I don't completely understand, but I'm trying to learn more about. Kela is this program here that I guess is similar to what we have in America, just way better. Here in Finland, it's a little bit different because in America, let's say that you need some type of financial support from the government. A lot of times for most Americans, this can be kind of looked down upon. Most of us that have to get this type of financial support It's not that it should be so negative, but a lot of people in the States might take advantage of that, whether they're foreigners or, you know, live there in general. Most people, not all, most people will use it more so as a crutch rather as something to help build themselves up or to get themselves out of a bad place financially. Here in Finland, I think that maybe it might be similar. I don't know. But I do know that Kela is very helpful and very resourceful when it comes to giving you the financial support that you need in order to move on. One thing that I wanted to pause in saying is that Kela also supports you when it comes to your education here. Kela will actually give you money to go to school. In Finland, they're more so motivating you financially so that you will be successful. Whereas sadly in America, a lot of times the first thing that you're hit with when you're going into school is the need to get a grant, a loan of some sort. Just things you're gonna have to pay back pretty much. So it's not as though they're paying you to go to school. They're more so trying to leech you or mob style, you know, loan shark you before you even get a chance to blossom in the world. And look who just made a guest appearance over here.
Hi.
So she's actually came in here to get what?
Diaper.
A diaper, because there's hopefully a shit in his diaper, so she has to clean it up. But like I said, I've had amazing experiences so far living here. The courses or the learning experiences has been great so far. Racism, no, I haven't walked into that door or had any problems there, knocking on wood. That's not wood. Also, the Kela experience, learning a little bit about that for the schooling was really cool. And then also just sharing with you guys a little bit of the ignorance I've had being an American living here. But once again, guys, thank you so much for your support. Feel free to go ahead and check out these videos here and subscribe to the channel if you're new. But if you're new to the channel or if you've been here, follow me stone cold hard. Remember what this is. It's a Moika out situation. Moika out.
Gotta catch a flight real quick, so you can see any on the plane in the